Anyways, we are going to move on from the IEM discussion. A fantastic tournament. Congratulations to the winners. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Pro League. Pro League still going on over in Korea. Last week's results are coming up on the screen right now. We had 4 games. We had 4, well, not really that surprising outcomes. Maybe KT falling to STX Seoul. We'll get into that more in depth later on, but EGTL continues to struggle. There's the overall standings. EG Team Liquid -22, Woongjin Stars +32. Oh, is it mathematically possible for EGTL to catch Woongjin Stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends how aggressive North Korea wants to be.
Oh.
Wow. No.
Hashtag no filter, guys.
Man.
Come on.
There's 7 rounds of Pro League, I think, and then there's right now only 3. Round 4, still anything can happen.
Anything can happen, Ben.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
And
okay, don't you know that Ellie Goulding song? Anything can happen.
I think EGTL only has to worry about top 4.
Let's just play the video. This is what happened in the Pro League. Kicking this week off the same way we wrapped the last one with Hitman. Hitman fans, me, were glued to their seats in wild anticipation to see just how the KT Zerg would choose to dissect STX Seoul's innovation, perhaps the best TVZ player on the planet. With a near infinite range of choices, Hitman did not disappoint at all, surprising everybody, me, with a 6 pool. Don't forget the drones, buddy. You can't be any more all in than this. Innovation might have been surprised, but he sure as hell wasn't unprepared. Walling at his ramp with a barracks, Hitman's attempt at blind countering Command Center first was really easily thwarted because, well, there was no Command Center to counter. Innovation assassinates the Hitman en route to an STX Seoul thumping of KT Rolster 4-2. Jumping over to EGTL versus STX Seoul, it's been 3 weeks since EG Team Liquid has won a single map. They've taken no more than a single map in a series this entire round, and they have an absolute lock on last place in the Pro League. Xenia's game against Rain gives us a good example of why that is. This is the saddest little Baneling drop I have ever seen. Rain's defense was superb, but let's be honest, Xenia could have dealt substantial damage with just a little bit of execution. A sad truth that seems to resonate through every EGTL game these days. STX Seoul takes out the Foreign Alliance 4-0. Over to our game of the week, CJ versus Teammate and Effort versus Baby. It would be an intense Zerg versus Terran on Entombed Valley, highlighted by exceptional Lingbane Muta versus Bio Siege tank play. Effort's initial Mutas dealt minimal damage, but did a good job of securing map control, while the CJ Zerg continued to macro up. Effort did a phenomenal job of controlling the skies and demonstrated some fantastic positional awareness, executing beautiful attacks on the entrenched Baby time and time again. Whether caught unsieged, caught out of position, or just plain caught, every one of Baby's moves seemed to be met by Banelings and Mutas and so much more. Following it up with smooth transitions to Hive and an in-game army comprised of Ultralisks and Broodlords, Effort's execution and overall gameplay against Baby was near flawless. An effortless victory, you might say, as Baby's defeat opened the floodgates for a 4-0 sweep of Team 8. Fresh off a couple of wins in his last 2 weeks of play, Stork would once again lead off for Samsung Khan, this time against the relatively unknown Zerg player Mechia. The two would face off on Akalon Flats and would play one of the most standard games of the Pro League week. Stork going fast expand in the Stargate, taking a 3rd base as he secures map control, and Mechia opting to play the very Roach Infester standard. But supplementing it with what? Queens? And not just a few queens. That's a ton of friggin' queens. So many queens, in fact, that Stork would lose his entire initial army. And Protoss players out there know just how hard it is to come back after a loss like that. Mechia perfectly follows up his initial advantage with smooth macro, excellent positioning, and great map awareness, catching Stork out on the map again and making that easy switch into Broodlord tech just in time to crush the still fresh Protoss 4th base. A sound victory for Mechia, and a particularly sweet one. The last time he played against Stork, he was eliminated from the 2012 OSL. This time, it led the way for a Woongjin thumping 4-1. The Samsung Khan goes down. The Woongjin Stars continue to crush. They are so far ahead of everybody else that I think they could just stop playing and they would still win the regular season of the Pro League. This does it for the update. Thanks for tuning in. Pro League has been so much fun, but I've been a little bit disappointed in the last few weeks. The games have been, well, not the games, but the matches have been so one-sided. Lots of 4-0s, lots of 4-1s, a couple of 4-2s. There hasn't been an ace match in weeks, guys.
But, Ben, I do have to say I loved Hitman's transition from economy into units. really good.
Man, you know...
6 Zerglings for 6 drones sounds good to me.
Nobody 6 pools like Hitman 6 pools. And he could have done any number of builds. I think he was very smart to try the 6 pool because Innovation is a Command Center first player. It just so happened that...
I think it was very smart because Innovation is just a bit better. And if the game goes past the 4-minute mark, it's going to be very hard to win.
Clearly there is a mole in the KT Rolster house. Somehow Innovation knew that he was going to 6 pool because I cannot see him beating Hitman under a different set of circumstances.
Yeah, why'd you take that game out of the series?
Because that was Hitman. It was the best...
Let's be honest. Innovation coin flipped, and he won this time around.
Exactly. He flipped the coin. It landed on the edge.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often, but it happens.
CC, or I could go regular standard barracks, and he chose the regular standard barracks.
I know. It's just unbelievable.
Loser.
Absolutely unbelievable.
I really would have wondered what happened if he went CC first, because I think he would have still held.
I will say this. The KT trend does continue. Every time Hitman wins, KT wins. When Hitman loses, KT loses. So I think it's...
Every time is 2, by the way, guys.
I think it makes sense that they keep sending him out because when he does well, the whole team follows suit. So, Pro League Round 3 has just ended. Round 4 will be starting up soon. And that means we'll be seeing some Pro League Heart of the Swarm action, which is really exciting. So can't wait for all of that. That does it for the Pro League recap. We're going to take a short break. When we get back, we're going to be talking MLG, Major League Gaming's Winter Pro Circuit Championship starts next weekend. We've got a whole preview, a bracket show lined up for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't go anywhere. The Pulse. We'll be right back.
This is Sundance DiGiovanni, CEO of Major League Gaming, and you're watching The Pulse.